Facts about extroverts you may not know. Prior to our previous video, let's kick it off with a statistic that will blow your mind. If 1/3 of the population are introverts, then that must mean that 2/3 of the population are extroverts. Quick maths. Okay, but on a more serious note, since we talked about introverts, why not talk about the main counterparts as well, the extroverts? Extroverts are often described as a life of the party. They are outgoing and have a vibrant nature that draws others to them. However, over the coming years, the things that people have thought about extroversion have turned into misconceptions, so I want to make clear a couple of things. There are some facts about introverts you may not know, which will probably change your perspective of them. But before we start, if you guys find this video interesting, please let us know and smash the like button. And if you enjoyed the contents of our video creators and want to see more, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on the notification bell to get the latest updates. They need to think out loud. When introverts need to think, they will look for a quiet space and let their mind flow and write when they encounter a problem. In contrast, when extroverts encounter a problem, they are more likely to talk their problems through, asking others to help them look at all angles of the situation. Being an extrovert, you're more likely to seek people out to vent your problems before spending time alone and absorbing all the feedback on how to solve the situation. Better yet, the more people you talk to, the more you are quick to resolve the issues. The more, the merrier. Unlike introverts, extroverts do not dread small talk at all. In fact, talking to a lot of people is a thing that all extroverts love. However, their biggest weakness is in fact awkward silence. Extroverts would do anything to get out of an awkward silent situation. Breaking the ice is one of the many things that do. In fact, there is only one quote that truly suits them, and that is the more, the merrier. Extroverts aren't necessarily the best planners. One of the major misconceptions about extroverts is that since they are good with people and love to go to events, it is assumed that they want to be in charge of everything. However, this is not true. Extroverts also appreciate it when others ask them along to parties, dinners, and the like. They get tired of planning everything and also lack the confidence boost associated with an invite. So if you know a major extrovert, try calling them for once instead of waiting for them to call you. They'll appreciate it. Extroverts are not happier than introverts. Even though there may be evidence that extroversion is associated with a more upbeat, exuberant, high energy effect, it doesn't mean they are happier than introverts because the source of happiness comes in different ways. For example, introverts may enjoy staying alone on a Friday night and reading a good book. Introverts get easily overstimulated and so they need to recharge more often. That doesn't make them sad or less happy than extroverts, they are simply happy in different ways. They don't do well with subtlety. If you want an extrovert to know about something, it's much better to be clear and direct than it is to drop hints, be passive aggressive, or attempt to subtly communicate anything. Extroverts find it extremely difficult to pick up on these sort of cues. They may also find them tiresome. They prefer authenticity and bluntness and have a low tolerance for playing convoluted social games. An extrovert's personality is stimulated by the environment. As you probably know, an extrovert recharges their batteries by being around other people because their personality is stimulated by the environment. There are also a lot of studies which show this. A study from the frontiers in human neuroscience found that extroverts are more likely to associate the rush of a feel-good brain chemical with the environment they are in at the time and prefer immediate gratification and focus more on face. So think of the next time you're a bit annoyed by your extroverted friends at a party, and remember that this is just the way they are. Extroversion isn't a mental health problem. Although introverts are more likely to be tarred with a brush of abnormality, extroverts will sometimes find themselves accused of being narcissistic, insincere, and needy. While some of them, just as some extroverts, struggle with these issues, there are no negative traits necessarily rooted to being an extrovert. If you identify as an extrovert, rest assured there are plenty of other people out there with just the same preferences and ways of expressing themselves. You're great just as you are. Extroverts are not shallow. A lot of people would think that extroverts are shallow, but this is not true. They just process information in a very different way. Even though they like to meet new people and they talk a lot, that doesn't mean that they're interested in deeper thoughts of conversation or that they don't care about important issues. Actually, by listening and talking to more people, they'll have more information on a certain topic and they'll be able to have a better idea about that thing. Shy extroverts do exist. As crazy as this may sound, it doesn't seem too far-fetched when you know that social introverts do exist. So why can't shy extroverts do as well? The major divide between introverts and extroverts actually relates to the source of energy, rather than the levels of confidence. So in basic terms, it means someone who barely interacts but when around a group of people they would get a lot of energy as opposed to being alone. While the stereotypical extrovert is loud and proud, some extroverts are shy. It means it's smart to keep looking for cues about a person's self-esteem after you find out whether they're an introvert or an extrovert. You'll be better able to support and understand them this way. There are a lot of differences between people that shape them to be the complex individuals that they are. So don't think that if you identify as introverted or extroverted, you necessarily don't have to conform to the stereotypes you hear about one or the other. It is important to be yourself. Were you surprised with our list? What are the facts that an introvert should be have included? Are you extroverted or introverted? Please write it down in the comments and let us know why. And also, if you want to give your family a surprise gift for any special occasion, you can always check our website and look for creative and adorable gifts. This has been Music Chess, the Amplified Reporter, signing out.